So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can earn an extra $1,000 a month from making personalized sticky notes and then selling them on Etsy. Hey good people, it's your girl Alex here. Welcome if you are new, welcome back if you've been here before. Okay, I'm glad you're here because I want to introduce you to this slept on product that I feel like people need to be more privy to, especially when it comes to starting a print on demand business, getting started with e-commerce. You're learning about Etsy, all those good things. So this is a video you're going to want to make sure you watch to the end. So I know your timeline is probably flooded with a lot of people, right, talking about how you can make your first $10,000 on Etsy. And if we want to be real, that can be a little intimidating, right? Especially getting started, because now you have a lot of people thinking that in order to be successful on Etsy, you got to make 10K in your first 30 days. And I know even creators like myself can make things look easy online, but let me be the first to remind you, this is not easy, okay? This is not overnight. However, in order to make your first 10K, you got to make your first 1K. And in today's video, I want to show you the product that's doing that, okay? Another reason why I want to start talking about products that are making $1,000 a month, because it takes real time, like I said, when it comes to growing on Etsy, to really understand how it works. And this is your very first time selling something, learning how to, run ads, learning how online marketing works. It's going to take time to see that investment, right? So your ROI isn't going to be instant. However, if you just stick with it and do your research, you can start making money within the first few months that you're selling on Etsy. And that is the real truth. Now, this slept on product I'm talking about are personalized sticky notes, okay? When you think of a Post-it note or sticky notes, you can think of anybody in the world, from busy moms to businessmen and women, okay, business owners, and then you tailor their product to match their personality, their lifestyle, all those good things. Personalized products is actually one of the best ways to enter into selling on Etsy, because that's what people are coming to Etsy for, my friend. People are wanting unique handmade gifts, okay? People are wanting to buy something that you don't see in your average department stores, okay? Now, I know we all love a good Target, but people want to see things that aren't always in Target, right? So you want to have some type of uniqueness, some type of fresh product out there that's going to be interesting to a buying audience. Once you've mastered personalized products and finding the product that's selling well, it's going to be even easier, okay, from going to 1K to 10K a month. Okay, so now I'm on Etsy and I'm going to search for personalized sticky notes. You can also search for custom sticky note if you're following along. Now let's see what this pulls up. So what I like about this product is that number one, it's personalized, which if you are new to Etsy, that's going to be the best way for you to start seeing success. Because again, this platform to me is all about being customized and personalized and all that good stuff, right? So this tells me that this particular product is under 5,000 searches, y'all. That's actually really, really good when you're starting a new business. And so just to see what's going on here, I can see a lot of bestsellers. You can see what type of styles of fonts, just to give you an idea of what to start looking at, okay? Iron sharpens iron. There's nothing wrong with having your inspo. Don't copy, right? But having inspo when it comes to, seeing what products are selling. There's a lot of script fonts, a lot of light colors, okay, maybe like seasonal colors too, and just, monogram style. So you can get the gist of what's going on from the first page, but to validate that this product is making $1,000 and more, I'm going to use my Everbee extension. I use the growth plan. I'll leave a link down below if anyone's interested to use it for themselves. This gives me my validation. There is nothing like spending hours, doing your product research to not really get anywhere, right? Where using Everbee, you can actually use the product validation tool, the product analytics tool, and that gives you the validation that you need when it comes to knowing that this product is actually worth your time, right? So that's what I'm all about. What is worth my time when it comes to creating a new product? So when I get to product analytics, I go ahead and just sort by monthly sales, and I I click it twice so it gives me the highest results. And what I am seeing, y'all, okay, y'all can see the numbers don't lie. There are multiple listings that are earning $1,000 and more. And imagine on your shop, you having more than one of these personalized notepads, right? Personalized sticky notes. You can bring in so much more income if you do your research and you know what's selling. But this right here is how I validate the product. So now that I've validated the idea, the next step is to go in and create this product and start playing around with different fonts and, you know, sayings and illustrations even for these personalized sticky notes. But I like using Everbee because, again, I'm all about how can I work smarter and not harder, and I like that this validates my thought process and my research. And if we click into one of these listings, okay, you can find out so much more about their listings, even their keywords. And this is going to be really big too, because you want to make sure that you're pulling up organically in search when it comes to, you know, your product. So this gives me a good idea of what keywords they're using, the volume, and the competition. And it just gives me a good running start at this point. This product is making over $1,700 a month. And again, having multiple of these potential 1,700, 1,000 plus products, you're on your way to making the 10K a month, okay? But first, like I said, before you make your first 10K, you got to make your first 1K, and this product has proven that you can do just that. Okay, so now that you have a pretty good idea of what type of personalized sticky notes that you can sell on Etsy, you can use sites like Canva and Creative Fabrica to design them. You can even use Printify just to keep it all the way real and simple, okay? You can even use Printify, right? Because Printify has their own text feature where you can add text from their font catalog to any product that they offer you. So let me go ahead and show you that. Okay, so now I'm in Printify, and for those of you who are brand new to Printify, you have no idea what it is. This is the platform that pretty much creates and ships out your product to your customer, okay? So Printify is your middleman, they're your best friend when it comes to making sure that you are selling the product, you know, designing them and also shipping them out. So it's just printify.com, it's free, you don't have to pay anything, and this is what it looks like when you log in. So from the search bar at the top, I'm gonna type in Post-it, because that's what you have to type in for it to pull back your sticky note. And so from here, I'm going to just go ahead and start designing. It's really easy. You can get started right away. Okay, today or whenever you're watching this video, you can get started with designing as we speak, okay? So a few things I want to point out is that when you're new to Printify, they give you a lot of helpful guides. You can always hide these if you want to. If that's good for you, then of course keep them. But one thing I want to point out here at the bottom is they have what's called this template, your download design template that you can use. And when you design that, it gives you pretty much this whole entire template that you can use to design either on Canva, or let's just say if you're using like Adobe Illustrator and things like that. So if this is something that you want to make sure that you have right every time, I suggest you download it. If not, they still give you a really good guide here. And what that means is the dotted lines are your printed area. So basically the gray is out of line, right? Think about basketball. The gray is out of bounds and the white is inbound. You're on the court, okay? So when it comes to just adding text, so simple. This custom text feature on the right-hand side gives you so many options. You can filter to like a handwriting. We saw a lot of the script font that was on a lot of bestseller, you know, Post-it notes. So if that gives you an idea of what to do, I'll use this one, this Corget, and I'm just going to size this down because as y'all can see, it's super big. And let's just say I want to enter, I'll just put Alex A, right? That's my name, don't wear it out. So let's just say I want to put this in the corner. Just a simple Alex A. I can also change the color if I want. I can make it purple, I can make it pink, whatever. Now if I go to preview, that gives me an idea of what this is going to look like right when it ships out. And you can see the different types of mock-ups over here to the right hand side. Every sheet of paper is going to have this Alex A in the left corner, and I think that's pretty cool. Now if you wanted to change the size, they give you different size options. So you can do a 4x4, okay? You can make it a 4x6, like a longer notepad. That works too. My thing is, if you want to use different sizes and variations, just be mindful that your design is going to match up for each size, right? So if you guys notice, when I went from a 4x4, you see how it's cutting off in the template? I have to be mindful of that because on the 4x6, it's a little off. So depending on if you want to offer different sizes, you'll have to be the judge of how you're going to position your text or your design, you know, so that way for each size, it's going to look right. Now, this is the Printify feature, okay? But let's move on to like Creative Fabrica. In Creative Fabrica, you can use so many fonts, okay? And you can actually just go ahead and sign up as well. It is a monthly cost, but they give you so many freebies too. So don't be afraid to use the freebies, honey. Freebies are cool. We love free over here. Nothing wrong with that, but it gives you so many options. So let me go to fonts. I'm gonna go to script fonts, and I mean Goo Gobs, okay? Goo Gobs of fonts that I can download and use to put on my notepad and just make it more special, make it more girly, more feminine. If your target audience are, you know, is women, you have a pretty good idea of what women like, then this is going to be right up your alley. So this is another option for you outside of Printify if you don't like any of those fonts. So this is a good idea if you don't want to use Printify or any of the fonts that they provide. You can use Creative Fabrica and have a ball, okay? Now, moving back to the template, if you wanted to go ahead and use the design template and download it, this is what it would look like over in Canva. So I'm in Canva, I have the Canva Pro account, but you can achieve this with the free version as well, okay? So in Canva Pro, it gives me an idea of, you know, where to pretty much design, and it tells you safe area is in the green, and again, gray is just like you're out of bounds. And so moving on to the text feature here, add different texts, okay? I've downloaded some outside of Canva just into my own, just because I wanted to. And so I can add these, and I can just put, again, Alex A, make that personable. I can make it as big or as small as I want to, okay? And then once I have a pretty good idea or, you know, good positioning of where this text is, what I do, I just pretty much delete the template, because that'll tell me that, okay, this is good. I don't need it any bigger. I like it here. And so that's perfect, okay? And that's pretty much it. Now from here, for this to transfer into Printify, all you will have to do is just download this as a PNG file with a transparent background, and you just download this slide and you're good to go, and you can go ahead and upload this into Printify. So I'm back over in Printify. I'm going to take off the text that I just designed with their text mockup generator, and I'm going to add in the font that I just used in Canva. I'm going to go to my device because I saved it on my device. So now here's the font that I just texted out in Canva, and as you can see, it lines up perfectly because I used that design template that they provided. And so that way, honestly, it's just, you're able to just check all your bases. You know, you have it right every time, and you could just avoid just having to go back and fix some stuff. So this is pretty much how you create them, y'all. If you want to use text, if you want to use a different, you know, graphic or clip art, but ultimately, as far as the logistics, find the text that you see is working well, add it to this product, publish it to your Etsy shop, and you're good to go. Okay, now to scale your shop, make it bigger, earn more money, all you have to do is make multiple of these personalized sticky notes, okay? So you can go from 1K to 5K to 10K. And next thing you know, honey, you are at 6 figures for making money on Etsy if you play your cards right and if you do your research. Using a tool like Everbee is going to help you, like I said, save time. If you don't want to spend so many hours with doing product research, kind of getting nowhere, don't be afraid to use these tools, right? To help you get there a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and also to help you understand what's really working. But all right, good people, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you learned something new today, leave me a comment down below. Again, I'm all about helping you, and I wanted to let you know that you can make $1,000 on Etsy. You just have to find the right product, okay? If you're new to Etsy or new to print on demand, I'll leave videos here for you to watch, but as always, subscribe if you're liking the vibe, and I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Bye, y'all.